Today I'm going to be talking about how being the dramatic friend has made my early 20s quite lonely. So grab your craft of choice and let's unpack this together. I've touched on this before, but now at 24, I feel I'm finally being honest with myself. Like, I have no gal friends, y'all, and it's honestly no surprise why. Like, sure, I've been a great and passionate lover, but if I'm being real, I haven't been a safe friend. So as I dive into this, I encourage you to stick around, listen closely, and let me know if you hear yourself being echoed to you. But first, welcome back, and if you are new here, then hey, my name is Shae and I'm just here to share my perspective with you to help you make sense of your own. So I was watching a video on emotional reactivity by Leo Skepi, and he says something along the lines of, we have these big emotional outbursts because we're trying to get the other person to care, when in reality, all we're doing is teaching them that we are unsafe to love. It just clicked in place why I've been spending my early 20s alone and why I've always felt that I couldn't reach out for love. And I feel like it's because subconsciously I knew that those bridges had already been burnt. But I want to unpack this a bit further, but while I do so, I'm going to be painting a picture of BMO because I feel like he's just the greatest friend any of us could ask for. So yeah, let's start with that. So I've always had a big childlike heart, and hopefully the weight of the world doesn't crush it, but I feel like it's always been really difficult for me to express that love because of how my nana raised me. Like, I feel like there was a lack of social conditioning. Like, I had to spend a lot of my time inside. I wasn't allowed to go outside much. I couldn't hang out with friends after school, and a lot of my time was honestly spent inside helping my younger siblings, just taking care of them. Like, I'm the oldest of 14, so like, I don't know, I've always been in the role of second mom or big sister to the max, so I never really had time to like make friends and stuff like that. And even still, my nana, she would always like affirm to me and my cousins, like, you don't have friends, you can't trust people outside of family, nobody cares, like, those people don't care about you. That's what she would always tell me, like, those people don't care about you, you think blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. And like, I definitely feel like this came from her being raised in a generation where she couldn't even trust her own peers, like, due to being bullied for being dark skinned. So I understand her perspective, but it just definitely created a big distortion for me when it came down for me to start making, those connections. And then also in the household that I grew up in, like, big emotions is what produced reaction. That's what brought about love. That is what brought everyone together, is when there were big emotional outbursts or very intense situations happening. I feel like this caused confusion around how to make my needs known and heard. Like, I thought the only way that I could get that reciprocal love is if I either earn it by overcompensating, or B, scream so loud enough and cry so fucking hard that people will have no choice but to listen. Even though that was my conditioning, I still made it my mission to make sure people felt overwhelmingly loved by me. Like, no, we not finna have no basic conversations. Tell me about your drama. Let me hold space for all the parts of you that you try to hide. Let me completely drop what I'm doing to make sure that I can ease your mind and make you laugh. Literally, give me your pain. And looking back, like, yes, it's okay to have a big heart, but there needs to be boundaries in place because not everybody deserves that treatment. But I felt that I had to overcompensate in order to earn that type of love in return. Hello, I'm an Aries moon. Like, of course I gotta be dramatic about it first, y'all. Like, seriously, I'm a very intense person emotionally, very passionate, very expressive when I feel safe to do so. But because I had never built that two-way trust with people, and I had only focused on the line from me to them and not the line from them to me, I'd pretend I was indifferent whenever I felt mistreated or that I was being left out. So instead of voicing that pain and releasing it, I'd allow it to pile up and then eventually blow up, screaming out that you're a bad friend and you never cared about me to begin with. Now, while I know my intentions were to get their attention and make them care, it really only had the opposite effect. All this did was teach people that I am unpredictable and unsafe to love, because who knows when something is actually bothering her, and who knows when and how we're gonna find out. Like, at the end of the day, it's no one's job to read my mind. It's no one's job to know me more than they know themselves, especially when I'm not even allowing them to get close enough to know anything. Like, Lord, holding people at arm's length, y'all, that darn disorganized attachment style. Like, I swear, I got every book in the problem. I got every problem in the book. I can't even talk right. Lord, being me is a full-time job. Dealing with me, healing me, full-time job. But overall, this was a subconscious way of burning bridges to keep myself protected in the belief that I am better alone and no one can be trusted with the task of loving me. I am unlovable because I make it impossible for you to do so. So that's how I got my title as the dramatic friend. I hope this is all painting some type of insightful picture for you. I don't feel like I'm doing a really good job of explaining things and unpacking this with y'all, but like, I did want to add another side of the whole blowing up thing was, I knew if I pissed someone off or hurt them enough, then they would want to run away from me. So I was really getting them to leave before they could decide that I was too much to love. And like, I know this is attached to my abandonment issues. Yeah, y'all, another issue. But this all just came with a lot of feelings of shame. Like, it was a big friend group that I was in, so it's like I have 8 people looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Like, yo, like, somebody need to get Shae under control. And like, it just made me feel like a monster, and I felt like I didn't deserve to be seen and to be felt by anyone. And that really brings us to where I am now, and that is isolating myself because I don't trust myself to feel in community. Like, there's just a lot of fear there. Like, even though I've done so much work on myself to like get over certain triggers and behavior patterns, I'm fearful of slipping back into old patterns of blowing up because I've been disappointed. It's like, I feel like you can't really avoid disappointment in relationships, but like, I don't know, I just have to hope that I find people who will want to learn from those disappointments and move better for me. Yeah, it's been such a fucking process for me, like, and I'm nowhere near like at a healed spot with this. Like, I feel lovable now, but I don't know how to be in love. I don't know how to sit in healthy reciprocal love, and it's something I'm just trying to learn how to navigate. And I don't know, at first I was like really hard on myself that it is hard for me to like socialize in that way. Like, I'm good at the initial part of building connections, but it's like the maintenance work that it takes for it is really hard for me because I become super avoidant. But yeah, I used to be like really hard on myself for being so shitty at all of this, but I know this is all just a part of my process of learning to navigate relationships as an emotionally sensitive girly. All right, drum rolls. Here is the completed, spaced out, mentally broken BMO. I forgot that acrylic doesn't go over top of oil, so low-key my little markers messed this up a bit, and it looks kind of wonky and terrible, but still had fun painting him nonetheless. So yes, everybody, give it up for BMO. Let's give it up for BMO, bro. BMO is an OG. BMO is the greatest friend that any of us can ask for, and he actually got a little bit of paint on him during the process, so let's just give it up for BMO, everybody. But yeah, I've done a lot of work to release the belief that I am unlovable, but now it's time for me to reach out for love and not feel so burdensome when I do so. I can make my needs known without feeling needy or waiting until the point of starvation, because of course it'll only be natural for me to bite that hand which is why I have to ask before I'm feeling so fucking deprived. But yeah, let me know if y'all can relate to anything that I talked about today. If you can, just know that you aren't a bad friend. Like, one, you're just learning how to love and how to be in community and relationships, and maybe you just need people who will be more patient with that big, juicy, passionate heart of yours. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave an orange heart if you are still here. Thank you for still being here. Check the description for the audio version of this, as well as if you want to join the Discord. Love our Discord family down, y'all. Like, y'all are so creative, so inspiring. Love Discord. If you're in the process of finding community but you haven't found anyone near you just yet, you can always join our little community that we are building. So yeah, be sure to check the description, subscribe if you enjoyed, like and comment. And I think that's it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.